The first two cards out that we've got are the Lion and the Lamb, right? There's two messages straight away coming through for this. The first one I'm getting, and both are true, like both can resonate for you, right? It's not, anyway. The first one I'm getting is, you were for a long time, you were this lamb. You were someone that was incredibly gentle, incredibly kind, incredibly naive in your ways. Like, you really saw the best in everybody. And because you carried this innocence, this kindness that you freely gave to others, you kind of expected this back. And that is not how you were always treated. Like, you really got that taken advantage of, honestly, a lot of times, like in your relationships especially. The people around you saw that you were weak. And you weren't weak is the thing, like, and we'll get into it. Like, you were always both of these. You always have had this lion energy within you, right? But you feared this. You didn't want to be somebody that had to, be fierce with people, be harsh with people, be cutthroat with people. You didn't want to be that. You didn't want to have to do that. You wanted to show people compassion and love and this type of like unconditional understanding, right? But it got taken advantage of. And I think that happening in itself could have been a catalyst for you in you becoming this lion, right? And that is not to say that you have become like the people who hurt you, not at all, because those people used like the power of the lion, their inner power, their inner strength, their power in certain dynamics. They used that for bad. They used it for personal gain, for ego, to hurt others, to use others, like to use you. That is not what you have become. You, through this betrayal, through this hurt, through this, like, I want to say this happened a few times in certain situations where through these cycles with people, you really went within and looked at, like, why does this keep happening to me? Why am I being, taken advantage of here? And, attracting these types of people that are malicious in certain ways, whether they are intentionally malicious or not. And I think through this, you really have transformed from this lamb into this lion. But like I say, where you have become this lion, what I mean by that is, like, you have tapped into your inner power. You no longer let people walk all over you. And you are still this lamb. You embody both of these energies, which is where a lot of people sort of, that you've dealt with in the past, they didn't have this. They didn't know how to embody this. They didn't connect with their own inner child. They didn't know. They used their fierceness, their lion, to protect themselves in the wrong way. Like, they were so fearful of being this and being hurt that they hurt everyone else. But you have transformed in a way that's like, you embody both. You are able to give people compassion, understanding, love, kindness, empathy. You embody all of that, but with the boundaries to not put up with bullshit, pretty much, like, saying it bluntly. You have really stepped into your power lately. You have been through a transformation. There has been an internal transformation with you where you have finally embodied your power, and you're no longer seeing yourself as weak, as a victim, whether that be of people or of life or whatever the circumstance is. Whatever it is, it could even be a certain situation, like you have seen yourself as a victim of life for your whole life, of, God, the universe, whatever the fuck. Like, you have had this view of yourself that you are the weakest link, you are, like, unlucky, you are whatever the whatever way you have phrased it to yourself. And I really feel like you have transformed from this. You are no longer seeing yourself as a victim. You are no longer seeing yourself as weak. You understand. You have gone through an internal shift where you now understand how powerful you actually are. And I did a reading on TikTok, and I think this is like the extended version of that reading. And it's like you really, really have just become so aware of how powerful you truly are, and how to embody that in like a way that doesn't go against your nurturing nature. It doesn't like dismiss your empathetic and caring side, but you have been able to embody both of these things. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely an extended version of the other reading I just did, because we've got these two cards out again. Now I've shuffled the deck, and these two were together in the last reading, and they've come out again together. So basically, you have guided yourself through an extreme amount of darkness. You know, you might have read certain books, had certain mentors, you know, watched certain people, whatever, but really, like, the stuff you have been through, this collective, the things you've been through have been very unique to you. There's not really been a lot of guidance for your specific accumulation of situations that you have been through, because it's more than most. You've been through a lot of things, this collective. I was saying this in the other reading, like, the things you've been through, it's more than most people. And this is why you kind of had this victim mindset before, where you were like, you believed yourself to be unlucky, or like cursed, or like the universe was out to get, you know, these types of mindsets that are not healthy, but are understandable when you've been through the amount of darkness and heaviness that you've been through, when you've dealt with the type of situations, the type of people, the type of pain that you've been through. But I think what you're currently realizing is like being in that mindset was actually keeping you stuck. And though those situations were extremely hard when you were going through them, and that's not to dismiss them, I think for this collective, you've gotten to a point where now you're able to look at even the toughest situations of your life with gratitude for how it has made you into the person you are. And if you're not yet at that stage, you really, really soon will be. And I say this as someone that's been in situations where I really thought, I will never fucking feel grateful for this. I will be angry about this. I will fucking, you know, for, you know, like, I will hold a grudge. I will, and not even to a person, like, to the actual universe, to the actual, like, whatever the fuck, for putting me through some of the things. But now I can say wholeheartedly, like, I don't feel that, because I'm out of it. Because it's like, sorry, I had to get a drink. But yeah, it's like, you are at this place where you just, I'm telling you, this shift that has gone on internally with you, it is humongous. And you are going to see it in your physical reality very, very soon. Like, if you haven't already, you will. Like, this shift, so much of this has been done in the darkness. Let me tell you that. Like, for you, this collective, I'm really clicking with you. Like, you have done so much of this work in the darkness, away from everyone. Nobody's seeing like the things you have actually gone through, the pain you have felt. Like, it's been so internal to you. It's been, and I'm not saying it wasn't physical as well, like you actually felt, but for a long time you wanted to make people see the pain you had been through. You wanted people to know. You wanted them to understand. You wanted to show everyone your pain. You, even in your darkest moments, you might have wanted them to feel it. You might have wished that pain on others because you wanted to be understood. You did not want to be the one going through what you went through. And I think this made you fear yourself. It made you fear your power, your shadow side, your dark side, because you did not want to become somebody that was bitter like that. You did not want to become somebody that felt hatred in their heart, like the people that have hurt you, right? And that scared the shit out of you. You did not want to be that. And you aren't that. You have transformed through that, and you had to move through these certain emotions because that's normal. You have to process you had to process certain emotions. Like, you had to move through anger, through, this is what I was saying in the other reading, that there's a range of emotions, and you've been through literally all of them. Like, you were in this energy of fear, grief, depression, then you move into like anger. But through all these things, you have literally transmuted and transformed so much. And I'm getting it so much in my solar plexus. You see this glowing yellow energy, like you are awakening to your true power now, without fearing it, and without it being blocked and burdened and intertwined with like shame and fear and guilt and resentment. Because let me tell you, yeah, like, this collective, the things you've been through, I'm telling you, it has been more than most. Like, and I actually feel tearful. It has been more than most, and you have not been, it hasn't been acknowledged, it hasn't been seen. You have kept a lot of this to yourself, like, because you didn't want to be seen as a victim, and you still don't, but you also did want people to understand what you've been through and why that's made you how you are. And you know, there's a whole load of stuff going on there. But I feel like you have come to this point where you don't even need that now, because you see you. You know what you've been through. You see you, and you know who you are now. Like, you really have come into yourself. And the cycles that you've been through, the things you've been through, the things you've transmuted, the pain you've transmuted, it is otherworldly. When I tell you, yeah, spirit sees you, the universe sees you, your guides, your ancestors, they see you, even if no one else does. Yeah, I see you, and I can tell you now, the respect that the universe has for you is actually different, because you out of all this, yeah, you've learned your boundaries, you've learned how to stand up for yourself, you've learned how to, you know, cut some bullshit out, tell someone how it is, where you used to feel like, oh, I can't do that because it makes me a bad person. No, it doesn't. You telling somebody that when they're being a cunt, that doesn't make you a cunt. That makes you, I don't even know. That's just, listen, I'm rambling, but you have not let your circumstances make you into somebody that is bitter, that is cold, that is full of hate. And you might have felt those emotions, you might have passed through those feelings, you might have felt those things at one time, but that's not who you are at base level. And the thing is, like, you are so wise, so unique. You have unique gifts and knowledge to offer this world, because of the things you've been through, because of the things you have gotten yourself out of. You are truly a light in the darkness. Like, if your story matters, the things you've been through matter. Confirmation burp. And listen, if you tell your story, I'm telling you now, you will be a light in the darkness for others. 100%. Like, that, I don't even need to say anything. Again, this was in the last reading. This is the same reading. This is the same story. That one's over. I will post that on YouTube as well, actually. Listen, the wisdom that you hold within you is not to be trifled with. Is not to be doubted from anyone else but from yourself. You, like I was saying in the other reading, you have this power, the elephant, the lion. You are fierce. You hold a power. An elephant, a lion, that could take someone out if it wanted to. No, with ease, right? no worries there. But you won't, and you don't, like, your wisdom is intertwined with compassion, with empathy. You embody so many different things, where a lot of people are so black and white. They're so, like, you're either good or you're bad, or you're weak or you're strong, or you're kind or you're horrible, whatever. No, you are an embodiment of so many things, and I'm telling you, your compassion and your wisdom is going to help people. It is going to have an impact in this world. You have a very, very unique energy. And like I was saying in the other part as well, the unicorn. People don't believe in unicorns. You never believed in yourself. There was a self-hatred instilled in you from a very young age. This has been not only a cycle for you throughout your life, but ancestrally, like in your lineage, this self-hate, this self disbelief, there's been a whole thing. But you are breaking the cycle. You have broken the cycle. This reading, like, you have closed out a cycle. You have, like, slain some type of dragon. There is some type of, like, I don't even want to say it like this, but like a demonic entity that you have literally ripped away from yourself. Like, that sounds so fucking weird, but like, I'm trying to explain it in a way of like, that makes sense, but you have just transformed. Like, I guess that's the most simple way to put it. You literally, like, again, this came out in the other part, and again with the yellow, the solar plexus here, like, you're in a fire. You have always viewed yourself as someone that wasn't very confident, that wasn't very passionate, that wasn't, like, the fire aspects. You never really saw yourself as that. Like, you saw yourself as somebody that was like, I'm seeing, like a lamb, I'm not strong like that. Like, you know who I'm getting, right? Okay, I've been rewatching The Walking Dead, but Carol from The Walking Dead, my queen. You know, at the start, if you've seen it, you'll know, but basically at the start of the show, if you haven't seen it, she is like a mouse. She's in an abusive relationship and has been for a very long time. She is very fearful. She does not feel that she is a powerful person. She is scared. She is afraid. She is, And then her abusive husband dies, and when that happens, because he turns into a zombie, she has to, like, and she takes a lot of the anger out then, like, and you can see, like, this lion side of her. She isn't a mouse. She isn't a fucking, she is strong. She has this rage inside, but it's not been shown. She's been scared. She's been being in this relationship for so long. And then gradually throughout the show, she turns into the most boss, strongest, most ferocious, like, gangster that you have ever seen. And for a while there, she kind of loses the empathy, the kindness, because she was a mother and then the whole thing happened. She loses that soft side of herself. She becomes very angry, very, like, a bit too much the lion. She was the lamb too much, and it got her hurt. She was the lion too much, and that got her hurt and isolated her from everyone. Then she intertwined the two, and she was an unstoppable force. Like, that is you. That really is you. Like, that really, really is you. You have been through being one way too much. You have maybe been through being the other way too much. You even, you know, it might not be to the extent of what it is in that show. Like, obviously, that's crazy and not real life. But, like, even internally, like, how you feel, like, feeling weak, feeling like you're too kind, and then feeling angry and feeling like you hate everyone and, you know, whatever. And then you become the wise, like, you are just, I really want you to take a sec to see how you've transformed and, like, how far you have come. Even if you feel like you've got things, you know, ways to go, whatever. There's always things in life. There's always something to heal, right? And, like, I'm not one about constantly like seeking something that's wrong in yourself to fix, but this has been a process of, like, you becoming who you truly are and stepping into the power of yourself, your own power. Like, really, just, you are going to soar now. A lot of bird, the hawk, the eagle, the phoenix, a lot of bird imagery here. Like, you might see birds of prey a lot, or feel like they're a sign they are for you. The phoenix from the ashes, that is you. Like, you really have become something so incredible out of the darkest of things. Like, the things you've been through, I know, I see you, okay, like, whoever this is, but you're not that anymore. You're not in that darkness anymore, and that is not you. You are a guide. You are here to guide others. I'm telling you this now. Whoever I'm reading for, you are here to light the way for others that are going through the stuff that you went through. You can help other people, and I think that's all you've ever wanted to do. You care deeply. Deeply you care about people, and you've cared about the wrong people. And then, you know what? It wasn't even the wrong people, and I want to get back to what we was talking about earlier, like what I said at the very start about how you have dealt with people who have been this lion to you when you were the lamb, and who have taken advantage of you and hurt you. And honestly, those people, a lot of them are seeing it now in themselves. They're seeing themselves, how they have been this manipulative, angry, nasty creature that they never wanted to end up as when they were a child. You know, whatever happened to them, let's not get into it, because this is not about them. And this is not to make you feel sorry for them or take them back or let them back into your life or nothing like that. But just know that your energy is very highly valued and respected and missed. The people that you showed this love, this care, compassion to, they just assumed that they'd have that forever, and, you know, they took advantage of you, and maybe you let them, and they just didn't expect you to change or become, you know, what you've become, and whether that was consciously or unconscious from them and intentional. But I'm telling you now, they're waking up to this, or have woken up to this, like, of what they lost with you, what they destroyed, what they hurt, where they were the villain. They know. And again, I'm not saying this to make you feel sorry for them or, like, no. But I'm just letting you know your energy, it is missed in multiple areas. Romantically, friends, family members, just people that have missed out on you, who had you and now they don't have you because of their own actions. And there's no one else to blame for that, and they know that. And that's their karma. That's something they have to work through. Why they did that to a lamb, an innocent person, a person that never, you know, had bad intentions to them, never, you know, showed them love. Why they hurt that, why they destroyed that, why they betrayed that, why they whatever they did, that's their burden to bear. That's their shit to figure out why they did that. Why were they that lion? Like, that's on them. And that's not something you have to worry about, okay? But yeah, don't doubt for a second that people don't miss you, because they do. But that's not what this reading's about, but there's definitely here. I cannot believe how, listen, if you watch the TikTok one, yeah, every single card, I believe, that came out there has come out here. That's not even normal. But anyways, you see how look at this sea serpent thing. I don't know if you can see, but it's a very aggressive face trying to bite its own tail. You were your own worst enemy in a lot of ways. Confirmation. Not intentionally, but a lot of the battles that you have faced have been so in your own mind, so in your own, how your own mind plays tricks on you, how you've kept yourself in certain cycles, you've allowed certain things to, unfold, whether, I'm not saying intentionally you have done that to yourself, but on a subconscious level, you've kept yourself in certain cycles. You've been in vicious cycles with yourself, with your own mind, for a very long time. And I do think, you're somebody, you are a very intellectual person, and you think a lot. You do really think about things, and a bit too much sometimes, to the point of, like, looking for things wrong. Like, when you've been through certain traumas and stuff like that, and, like, you start to actually look for something that's going wrong, or what's wrong, or you start to expect that, and it's like that cycle, that mindset of living like that, it's a vicious cycle. It keeps you trapped in that cycle, but you have closed that out. You are making so much progress. I want to emphasize that so much. You are not who you once were. You are not the lamb. You are not the lion. You are an embodiment of everything. You are wise. You are so wise and powerful, and like, you are about to step into a cycle, a version of yourself that is just unreal. That is just like, people won't even recognize you. You won't even recognize you, because you're just so, it's like the glow up of the century. And I'm not talking just like how you physically look, I just mean like everything, just everything. Like, you are so powerful, and I really hope that you do fully know that. I think you do if you're watching this. Like, too many came out, but if you're watching this, like, you will know, because you're at a point where you have tapped into your power, where you know your power, and you're not doubting it anymore, and you're not trying to hide it anymore, and you're, like, not fearful of it, or ashamed of it, or ashamed to be who you are, or to do what you want to do, or to be with who you want to be with, or to say what you want to say. Like, you're just like, fuck it. We have the hummingbird. Let's get one more. That's too many. Let's get one more with the hummingbird. The hummingbird and the tarantula. I want to get some clarifiers with the tarot for these two. So why the hummingbird and the tarantula here? We've got the magician, the Queen of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. So with this, what I'm really feeling like is that for a long time, your mind has been scattered. Your mind has been a bit like all over the shop. You've been in this mental cycle, like we said, of like disappointment, expecting disappointment, and stuff like that, where like your power has been like diminished because of your mind, of how you're viewing yourself. It's like you haven't been able to fully be grounded in the moment and be like fully embodying your power and stuff like that, because your mind has been too much all over the place. With the hummingbird, I'm really getting this energy of like where you felt scattered, where you felt like you might be somebody that is very like energetic at times, and very like, you know, you've got a lot of thoughts going on, like, for a lack of a better way of putting it, quite like ADHD. Like, that's just the kind of energy I'm getting. Like, you can have a lot of ideas on the go, you can have a lot of things to say, a lot of thoughts going on, like, and it's been very ungrounded, that part of you. Like, it's been very fearful and very like, yeah, scattered is the main word I'm getting. But now I think you're learning how to harness that energy for good, to not see that part of yourself as a weakness or like something that, you know, has to be detrimental to you. But you're learning about yourself, you're learning about your mind and how you can best like harness your own energy and use it for your growth, for abundance, for good. Do you know what I mean? I literally just recorded like a whole part and it deleted, but basically, like, there's so much that came out, but the main message that came out, right, I split the deck on the strength card. There it is again, and I actually was crying in the last part, because there is just this energy of like, you are so loved and powerful, and like, you're such a light in this world. This is what I was saying, like, you don't even know how much you actually how much you actually impact others, how much joy and love you actually bring to others' lives. You don't even know. I said in the last part that deleted, I am on my period, so I am very emotional, but I am just a crier anyway. Like, I have a Cancer, Sun, Venus, Mercury, Mars, North Node. I do cry at everything. This is happy tears, because I'm just so happy that you exist. Your energy, like, I just really hope that you can see how powerful you are, how loving you are, how important you are, and how much you actually impact other people as well, because you really do light people's lives up. Like, you really are so loved, and I think in this world right now we don't really hear that enough, or we don't really tell each other that enough, like, apart from, you know, maybe your partner or family or whatever, and even then sometimes it's not, you might not hear that enough, is what I'm getting, but you really are so loved. And this other message I was getting is, there's somebody, if you have lost somebody like in your life, especially, I mean anyone, but I was especially getting a woman, and for some of you a fire sign woman or a Leo woman in particular, that person is with you, you know, even if you can't see them or feel it. They've been with you through everything you've been through, and they're so proud of you. Like, this person, they really love you so much, like, unconditionally, and they have seen all you've been through and all you've achieved as well, and they're so fucking proud of you. Like, I need to say that they're so proud of you. And I was getting this message of hats off to you, and there was like this message of, if you've graduated recently or something like that, and you were like missing this person, or like their presence was really missed at this thing, or you were wishing they were there, you know what I mean? Like, they were there, like, they did see that, and they're so fucking proud of you. Like, I'm getting a tear. That's not even me. They literally are so proud of you, and they see you, like, they see everything, and they know, like, that's. And also, the other message was that I was getting this weird image of like you have so many, like, literally, you know, like at a graduation, how busy it is, all the people in the crowd. You have that amount of like ancestors, spirit guides, whatever, like all these astral like beings that are guiding you and watching you, and like they are all throwing their hats in the air, celebrating you, like celebrating what you've accomplished, like what, the way you have transformed and like come out of the things you've been through. They are celebrating you. Like, I'm telling you that now, the Four of Wands. they just want you to enjoy your life and like celebrate yourself, and really like they're literally like throwing a party in some astral realm. Like that's actually what I'm seeing, like for you, like for in celebration of you breaking this cycle, of you getting through all these things that you've gone through and coming out an even more beautiful person. Like it's not even funny. It's actually not even funny. And also what I was getting with the strength and the moon card, like the people that have lost you out of their own wicked behaviours, do not doubt for a second that there is a void in their life where you aren't there. Like, and you're just such a light. The energy you bring to others, it is missed when it is not there, when they lose it. And again, I'm not telling you to go back or to forgive people for that, but especially romantically or like close friends, trust me when I say your energy leaves a gaping hole when it is gone. Your light is on another level. It truly, truly is. This just keeps coming out. Leo placements are very prominent in this reading. And I was also getting water signs and Virgo as well. You are just... I actually have no words for you. Like, you are something special in this world. You are... This has been a reading. You are so, so special in this world. Like, I really, really just need you to know that. I need you to know that. Okay, is there any final messages that want to come out? We also had the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords come out, and now the Ace of Pentacles. You are going forward with fierce, like, not in an aggressive way, but like, confirmation, fierce, like unapologetic confidence, which you should, and you're following your passion, and it's like your spark for life is being reignited or ignited for the first time, and you're speaking your truth, and you're following your truth, and you're following your passions, and you are creating new opportunities for yourself, and new opportunities will be coming in, and new connections, and there's so much newness, new ways of thinking, new ways of living, new ways of making money, new ways of creating things. Everything is new. It's literally like you have been reborn. Like that is it put very simply. And I am proud of you. I really have no words. You are the High Priestess. You are so gifted. You are so spiritually in tune and respected. You are so intuitive. You are so wise. You are so compassionate, so caring, so... the Six of Cups underneath. Children especially may be very drawn to your energy because they know that you are a light. They know that you are a good person, there's just too much to say about you, but go forward with fearless, unapologetic confidence in what you want to do. You have grown so much. You have closed out a humongous cycle, and you are going to be, and you are already, but even more so, going to be a guiding light for others. I cannot stress that enough, how respected and important you are and your energy is. And I just really hope that you know that, because you are being cheered on by the universe every single day.